Hi Gems, welcome to our new consultant admin webinar. My name's Linda Pearce. I'm a Senior VP Sales Leader with Norwex. I've been with Norwex over 7 years now and currently am the only consultant in Australia to hold the title of Senior VP Sales Leader, which is the top leadership level for Norwex. I became the 9th black jacket, red scarf leader in the world back in May 2015. And I know the topic of admin really, really well. I actually have a background in admin and in customer service, so a lot of my pre-Norwex work life was spent in an office or in a call centre. I worked in insurance. I worked as a complaints manager for a floral relay service called the Petals Network. And I was a Weight Watchers lecturer for a little while, and that actually was when I worked out that I enjoyed speaking in front of a group of people and inspiring them to make positive changes. So Norwex is a fantastic fit for me, and I love having the opportunity to share what I know and what I've learned over my time with Norwex with the consultants in my team and helping them to have more efficient and profitable businesses. So that's what today is about. It's about helping consultants get off to a great start. Now, some of you may feel that this puts you into overwhelm, what I'm going to share today. That's not the intention, but I just want to be really thorough with what I present so that if you come up against something in your business, you'll go, oh yeah, I know Linda covered that in the webinar. I'm going to go back and listen to that section again. So the webinar, I'm not sure how long it's going to run for, but I'll understand if you need to, head off at some point, and because it is around lunchtime, I realise the webinar, but because it's holiday season for me too, I've got my kids at home and we've got things happening, I just needed to fit this in around my own family, so that's why it's at this weird time. So the first thing I want to cover is where to go when you need help, because I'm actually I have accounts with a couple of other direct sales companies, and I realized once I became involved in those companies how difficult it was for new consultants to know where to find things that they were looking for, who to contact when they need help about specific issues, how to work out how to order and all of that kind of thing. So a lot of the resources that have been created for the GEMS team have been because I've experienced what it's like to be brand new, and also having recruited over 150 personal recruits in my time with Norwex, I know the kind of questions they ask and I know what they need to learn. So so here we go. Who to go to when you need help? Well, most of your questions should be directed to the person who signed you up, or if they're not doing Norwex as a business, they may put you in contact with the person that recruited them or their upline leader. Now, hopefully, if you're on Facebook, you've been added to a team page, and underneath me there are many leaders. On the whole, consultants, once they reach executive leader level, break off from their uplines team page and create their own page. Now, in some cases, like I know with Deb Allen in Perth, she's got a team over there, and being in Perth, they're quite isolated from other consultants in Australia, and so she has created her own team page to be able to communicate with her team over local issues, but they're also still part of my Mosaic Gems team page. So the reason we've set it up this way is so that one leader isn't overwhelmed with, hundreds and hundreds of consultants asking questions. So I have over 7,000 consultants in my downline. So we have this, order of hierarchy isn't the word that I really want to use, because that's not really how it is, but the leaders under me, they support their own teams, and so then we can all have a life and not actually be doing Norwex all the time and be on call all the time. So so that's why we have it set up this way. So unless you're my personal recruit or what they call an associate recruit, so say the person that recruited you's dropped out, and now when you log into Norwex, it's got my name as your your sponsor up in the top right-hand corner, you'll contact your own upline or your own upline leader. So, okay, so your upline or upline leader may indicate that they have a communication preference, and that'll all be about them being efficient and responding to you in a timely manner. And sometimes, like in my case, it can be I don't prefer Facebook personal message anymore as a way for team members to contact me, just because of the volume of personal messages I get through Facebook daily. I was just losing track of people. So now I actually ask people to contact me via my email address that my assistant also monitors. So that's assistance@thegems.com.au. I'll have that in the slide in just a moment. But your upline might prefer that you send a text first and say, hey, are you free? I just need a quick chat. I have a quick question or something like that. So just check in with them and see which way is best for them, and whatever way is best for them is going to be best for you too. You're going to get your answers in a more timely fashion, but also too, just remembering that a lot of us have joined Norwex because we are working around families, and some of us have jobs as well outside, like have a normal job. So so it's good to sort of get that sorted out straight away. So when it comes to Facebook, if you've been added to a GEMS team page, fantastic. That's actually where I recommend you ask any questions, especially if they're not really personal in nature. Like it could be, hi, is anyone having trouble ordering right now? Or what kind of mop fibre should I use? That kind of question can definitely go onto your team page. If it's a more personal question, you can, put that to your upline. The consultant connection page, I'd actually be really cautious about posting any questions on there at all. And the reason for that is it's not that the consultants on there aren't helpful, and it's not that there are definitely consultants on there that will give you the right answer. The problem is, as a new consultant, you don't know who's new and who's experienced. And I know that there are new consultants that answer questions as if they've been with Norwex for 5 years, and I've seen lots of incorrect information being put out there. So on your Facebook team page, you can be confident that the consultants on there, the leaders, the person who's overseeing the page is going to ensure that the answers on there are accurate. We, as your upline leaders, we have your best interests at heart. We want to make sure you've got the right information. If you go out there with the wrong information, that can impact on your business, especially if you're giving the wrong information to a customer and then they come back to you and say, okay, well, now I've got a damaged cooktop because of that information. So so just be careful about that. And any questions that you have about orders or that kind of thing, you don't really want to be putting that on Facebook either. You want to be contacting Norwex Direct about that. So I'll talk about that in just a moment. So there's my email address, assistance@thegems.com.au. Really the only thing you'd need to contact me about if you're not my personal recruit or my associate recruit is in relation to the GEMS website. So if you're having any issues with that. So now when it comes to contacting Norwex, there's 2 email addresses depending on which country you live in. So there's the Australian email address and the New Zealand one. And we also have different email addresses that all of our automatically generated emails come from. So it's really great idea to put these email addresses, not the New Zealand ones if you're living in Australia, but whatever country you live in, pop those email addresses into your contacts, and that will help reduce the risk of emails going to your junk mail. So when I say automatically generated emails, I'm talking about when you first join Norwex, you'll get that email with your temporary password and your consultant number, but also ones that come out about stock levels and about promotions and that kind of thing. And also if anyone orders via your Norwex website, they'll come in via the office@support.com.au. But the one where you're wanting to communicate, like ask about an order or something like that, that's where you would use the support@Norwex one. Questions about orders, payments owing, or refunds. Always good idea actually with these first to check with your upline or on your team page that it's not something that your leader or someone or that your upline can help you with first. Because if it's just like a general question about orders, then a lot of the time we can help with that. But if it's a specific, like a specific question about an order, say you haven't received it and you received the notification 2 weeks ago that it had been sent, that's the kind of thing you'd want to contact Norwex about directly. But definitely if you post on the team page and ask us, you know, this question about an order, we'll tell you straight up, okay, that's something you need to contact Norwex head office about. So again, you know, just asking us on our team page just helps share the load, and, you know, stops Norwex from being inundated with questions that we could have actually answered for them. So, and leaders, we actually do get paid a percentage of whatever sales you do. So Norwex are paying us to support you. That's why we like to do our job and do our part.